Good evening, sir. How are you?
I'm good.
And how long have you been in Pashupati here?
I've been over here for over 25, 28 years.
28 years.
Actually, in Nepal, I've been here 30, 32 years. I arrived here in 1993.
Uh-huh.
So it's been a long time. More than half my life I've been here in Nepal.
Now, what have you achieved staying here in Pashupatinath, and what have you gained, what have you lost?
Gaining and losing is
White truck you, mate.
Yeah.
like for me, like it is basically like a change of my life, you see, because I'm over here a national guide, and not a guide. I've been titled a guide, but I've been much more older than these offices and all the administration that has come over. But since arriving, I've been teaching the world about Pashupatinath. I've been teaching, the world about many things about this temple. So
great.
now they call me a guide.
They call you a guide.
Yes.
Okay, fine, sir. You speak such a great English, and I guess you got a very good language. You must have studied. You must have read a lot. So, what do you know about gods, and what do you know about eternity? What do you know about
Gods,
existence?
actually, I study the Bhagavad Gita like only for the last couple of years. Like, the Bhagavad Gita came into my hand. And we come to understand that by the Vedas that we are actually the living gods
Great.
of this planet. And going deeply into the Vedas, one comes to understand that we actually belong to a kingdom, you see. But in this kingdom, we have the king present, we have the throne empty, the crown is empty, you see, not worn. So this is the kind of thing like what the scripture is telling us, that there is a break in this parampar, you see, and this break has gone on for the last couple of decades. And this has to be rectified somehow or the other to put the Vedas back into the correct order.
Fine. Shortly, because I don't want to take much of your time. How do you define life in a very short sentences? And how do
Life actually is, I find it so, in this part of the world it's declining, because we come from the first world country where life is like, eating and drinking and enjoying everything of the planet. But in this part of the world, like when you come over here, you're finding in today's generation, people are not thinking universally, you see. So this is the kind of thing is like we are falling into a darkness that, like people are believing that, no, this is actually the way of life.
Okay.
But no, the way of life is when you can do everything like, possible on this planet.
Okay,
Because-
great. So, how, as a human, don't you sometimes think that these religions, segregate people and they keep distances amongst the people? As you say, we are living
Now
gods.
coming to understand it, you see, because like I grew up under a different crown, you see, not the Nepali crown or Indian government. We are Britishers from birth, you see, we are anglicized from birth.
Okay.
So our eating, drinking, thoughts, education, everything is under, the
British
the
ways.
international way. And the British way, you can say, or the Roman Catholic way, or the way under the Vatican, whatever you want to call it. But our education is something like, globally and universally. But in today's world, like though we started an educational foundation in Nepal, but going into privatization, like, the educational system has lost its meaning.
Wow.
Everything is more computerized, and, without having to study, you can complete your bachelor's and your PhDs and your, chartered accountancy and all that. So it makes you think, like, what are these people, these kids really studying? What are they going to do in the future? You see, with these computer certificates, because to do a chartered accountancy, one has to clear masters and then really study hard. And, it's a lot of work behind education. But today, all these things are not there anymore. Everything is just at a touch of a button.
Okay,
And,
you got a lot of knowledge about these things.
I come from the world where we are more advanced than anything over here. You see, like you still have another 200 years to catch up to
Very true.
The rest of the world.
Very true.
But
A
in
small
our science-
question. Yes.
In
a
our
small
science,
question.
we are 57 years ahead of time. you
Okay,
see.
that's very true. A small question. Are you happy with the life that you're living?
No. Happiness is like I'm happy, like discovering this way of life. You see, because like this is something that knowledge I was born without, and I grew up also without knowledge of consciousness. So I'm happy of discovering consciousness. But other than that, if you're talking about the system that of this consciousness, I found that it's declined, and people are believing that they are conscious, but they are totally unconscious to actually what the ancestors taught
Very,
them.
very true.
You see?
Just a small different question again. Whenever you're alone, what do you talk to yourself?
I talk to myself of tomorrow's world, because like I always, when you read the Vedas, you come to understand that it's not only a book of the past, present, it's even for the future. You see, so the Vedas is something like when you're reading the Vedas, you're always planning for ahead of time. So like I look at the cosmic world, the cosmic dance, and like I also try and plan ahead for it.
Great.
Because eventually, like to extend this Kali Yuga, we have to come up with a peace plan.
Peace plan.
Yes,
Very
sir.
good. Excellent. Can I have Guru? Can I have an answer from you, like regarding what do you think about to the general public who's listening to you regarding what they should do to feel peace of mind all the time?
Actually, like you have to change your thought right now, because I see like everyone is educated, but nothing is moving forward for the youth of this world. I look at the neighboring countries; they are fully developed, and everything has gone on like ahead of time. But
Do you want to have a cup of tea, sir?
No, thank you.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So no, I won't have enough.
You want to have whatever.
So, like looking at the advancement, like there has to be a change, like an industry put into the country where the youth of this country can live in their own country and flourish in their own country instead of going and becoming slaves in other countries.
Very true. Excellent. Yes. So, finally, can I have your name?
My name actually is Baba Nirman Giri.
Nirman Giri.
Yes.
Okay. Salvation.
Yes,
Sorry.
because my first guru was a Nirman. My second guru, who is here from Bashmeshwar, he's Giri.
Okay.
So
So you
combining both.
combine both names,
Yes.
Nirman Giri.
I'm
Thank you so much for talking with
Richard,
us.
Richard Nirman Giri.
Richard Nirman Giri. Wow,
Yes.
excellent.
And
Thank
your-
you.
your
Wish you happy living.
Yes.
R.D. Bhatta.
R.D. Bhatta.
Yes,
Peace
great.
meet you. Yes.
Thank
Peace meet
Thank you. Thank you. Same here.
Okay. Good night.
Take care.
Good night.